Hello, everybody. The members of the Marshfield High School National Honor Society and our advisor, Mr. Stephen Weisgerber, would like to welcome our superintendent, Mr. Jeffrey Granatino, assistant superintendent, Dr. Ellen Martin, school committee chair, Mr. Sean Costello, principal, Miss Amy Setner, members of the school committee, guest speaker, Miss Patricia Salamone, faculty, staff, and the inductees, and all families who we are so happy to have here tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. For all current and former members, we hope this ceremony will remind you of the standards of excellence you are charged with maintaining as members of the National Honor Society. As I'm sure former members will tell you, it is an honor whose importance may not be totally impressed upon you until you sit in place of your parents and have the honor to watch the next generation rise. The values of this society are as strong as its foundation, and it is a strong foundation indeed. With today's ceremony, our chapter is proud to induct this new class and appreciate their excellence. Much will be demanded of them, and they will demand much from themselves, but that standard of excellence shall remain constant. Strong academic records may allow for eligibility here, but our chapter prides itself on being a place of student leaders and a haven to those in service of our school and community. Students are required to participate in service projects both within and without these halls in our shared commitment to civil service. It is in this pursuit that we welcome these new members who bring new energy and enthusiasm to our continuing work as National Honor Society members. Now, Eli Ruminer will give the invocation so that we may reflect on the significance of tonight's ceremony. Eli?
Would everyone please stand if they are able to? As we gather here today, may we all find peace and comfort in our family. May we give thanks for our many blessings and opportunities, and all those that are to come. May we always remember the gifts we inherited and try our best to maintain and advance them. And may every day shine with promise, effort, and friendship. Thank you. You may take your seats. Next, we are so happy to have the Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Jeffrey Granatino, offer remarks to the inductees and guests.
Set up here. Good evening, everyone. I want to thank Mr. Weisgerber for giving me the opportunity tonight to address this amazing group of individuals. First and foremost, welcome to our newest inductees to the National Honor Society. This is a fantastic honor and one you and your parents should be very proud of. As the superintendent attending my last National Honor Society induction ceremony, I look at events like tonight as the reason why we as school leaders become educators. We ask our students to push themselves, to think outside the box, to lead with compassion, to collaborate with their peers, and to always do the right thing. When you look at the characteristics which make up an NHS candidate, it is clear that you all possess these vital traits. This is not an easy accomplishment. You are not only working in the classroom, but you are also making an impact on your school and your community every day. For years, I've been fond of Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken. And the final three lines in that wonderful poem draw me to what you have done to get to this point in your academic career. Frost says, quote, "Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference." Through your extraordinary efforts, you took a road that is not commonly traveled by your high school peers. You took that road that called for hours of work after school with teachers, along with nights filled with intensive review to ensure that you understood the myriad of subjects that you were studying. The road less traveled took you down the path that led you to the student council, to youth and government, and to the math team. You showed you were different by being able to sing in the chorus one night while scoring a goal in field hockey on a Thursday afternoon after earning an A on a calculus exam. The road that Frost described as less traveled is that way because it's not easy to get down that road, and many of your peers don't even try. It's far easier to travel the path of least resistance. We have a number of amazing students at all of our schools, but the group of high school students sitting here before us are the few that have been able to combine academics, leadership, and service in a fashion that allows them to meet the expectations set forth by the National Honor Society. Take pride in your actions. Feel joy. You should feel special, and most of all, you and your family should exult in a sense of accomplishment, because it has been a team effort to get you to this point tonight. The recognition in being inducted to the National Honor Society reflects the successful completion of the effort you have been putting forth since you entered the Marshfield Public Schools. You formed these habits as elementary students and continued to progress as you moved up through the grades. While this is a high school honor, the guidance of your teachers, counselors, and administrators over the years helped get you to this point. And as noted previously, the hours upon hours of support, love, and encouragement from your families helped get you through the tough times and allowed for you to be the best student and the best person possible. Congratulations for all that you have done and for your induction to the National Honor Society, and thank you so much for choosing to take the road less traveled. As you will soon see, it does indeed make all the difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Granatino. Now, we are also very pleased to have the chairperson of the Marshfield School Committee, Mr. Sean Costello, to offer his remarks.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. I'll be somewhat brief. First of all, before I start, can I just ask anybody, any parents, any grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings in the room, anybody on National Honor Society when they were in high school? That's pretty cool. And to those of you who didn't raise their hands, neither was I. But this is awesome. It's really great to see these impressive students before us here today. But Mr. Weisgerber and his leadership team asked me here for a specific reason, and that's to say a few words about our educational leader, Mr. Jeff Granatino, who, as I'm sure you've heard by this point, is retiring at the end of this school year. So I appreciate the opportunity to do what I'm sure I'll be doing at least a few other times throughout the rest of this school year and saying a few words about our superintendent of schools. Mr. Granatino came to Marshfield Public Schools 9 years ago, which for the record is a very long time for a superintendent to stay in the district. I spoke with somebody from the Mass Association of School Committees today. They said that's about triple the amount of time on average a superintendent stays in a district. So that's impressive. Jeff started as superintendent 2 months after I was first elected to the school committee, and since that time I've had the pleasure of working with an inspiring leader of unmatched vision. In the time he's been here, his fingerprints are all over dozens of incredible things that have happened throughout our district. He's an outstanding advocate for public education, and we've seen under his leadership sustained budget increases from the town every single year. Under his leadership and in partnership with his outstanding leadership team and dedicated staff throughout the district, we've moved Marshfield forward and implemented new programs, updated our technology, improved our curriculum, and successfully navigated some of the most uncertain times public education has ever seen. Earlier today, I visited the National Honor Society website, and there was a phrase on there that struck me. It said, "Listening to students makes us stronger." There's nobody who exemplifies this phrase more than Jeff Granatino. Yes, he's been exceptional at the management side of things. He's had a great vision on how to move forward, and he's worked his hardest for all of us for the last 9 years. But where Jeff Granatino really shines is in his interactions with students. He has a natural ability to connect with kids of all ages and finds sincere joy in watching a young person learn something new. He always has a smile or a kind word, and he's quite possibly the most encouraging person I've ever met. One of the best parts of my job is to visit one of our 8 school buildings with Jeff, and every single time, no matter if we're at an elementary school, the middle school, or here at the high school, he gets stopped by a handful of kids who just want to say hi. Everything Mr. Granatino does is about what's best for kids, full stop. He's worked his hardest for students like those in front of us today who excel with our rigorous academic standards, and he's been an advocate for all the others as well. And on a personal note, I can't think of many people I've learned more from and will greatly miss working alongside him once his retirement arrives. While he's in his final year of his long and admirable career as an educator, Mr. Granatino is still working just as hard as ever to live up to his familiar creed, every student, every day, whatever it takes. And with this group of high-achieving students here tonight who have lived up to the academic standards that Mr. Granatino has so passionately fought for and upheld, I think it's appropriate that we all say thank you to our educational leader, So please join me in recognizing for the final time at National Honor Society our Superintendent of Schools, Jeff Granatino. Thank you very much, and congratulations again to all of the inductees and your families tonight on this great accomplishment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Costello. Now, membership into our chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by effective demonstration of scholarship, character, service, and leadership. The officers would now like to define these 4 principles of membership. Rachel Ruminer will speak on scholarship.
Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for human education only ends with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success and can be acquired only through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understand the present, and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship.
Jane Castiglione will speak on character.
Character is the force within the individual that distinguishes each person from others. It creates for us our individuality, our goodness. It is that without which no one can respect oneself, nor hope to retain the respect of others. It is this force of character that guides one through life and, once developed, grows steadily within. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant thought and action, the daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others, to be rather than to seem. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character.
Jack Wilds will speak on service.
Service is the action of humbly helping others in need while spreading compassion and humanity. Opportunities to serve members of our school and community can be integrated into one's daily routine. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or public recognition is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow.
And Sean Behan will speak on leadership.
Leaders exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and in school activities, a real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and the will to go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffective without the guidance of a wise leadership. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a meaningful and substantive charge for each of our members.
At this time, will the new inductees please rise, raise your right hand, and repeat the pledge. We also ask that all past members, young and old, of the National Honor Society rise and repeat their pledge as well. Please join me in reciting the pledge. I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands, and will maintain and encourage the high standards of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Thank you and congratulations. You may sit. And now, please welcome our principal, Ms. Amy Setner, who will offer congratulatory remarks to the new members.
I'd like to extend a warm welcome to families, friends, and educators here with us this evening. Tonight, we gather to celebrate and congratulate the outstanding students who have been inducted into the National Honor Society. It is a tremendous honor to be part of this distinguished group, and I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. What makes this group truly special is not only your academic prowess, but also your unwavering commitment to being leaders who inspire others and make our school community a positive and welcoming place. You inspire and embody the values of our school community, and in doing so, you set a remarkable example for your peers. You truly exemplify We Are Marshfield. You demonstrate that leadership is not just about titles, but about action. You have also shown that leadership is about compassion, integrity, and a willingness to support and uplift those around you. In your pursuit of excellence, you have not only excelled academically, you have also embraced the responsibility of creating a school environment that is inclusive, supportive, and welcoming. I know this. I'm one of the newest members here at Marshfield High School, and I have to say, from the moment you guys joined us on campus that first day of school, there were smiles, there were warm welcomes, and the vibe was contagious. So I want to thank you. You understand that leadership is not just about leading, but about empowering others to become leaders as well. As a result, you have set the bar very high for future leaders in our school, and I believe that your contributions will help to create a ripple effect that inspires others to follow in your footsteps. So thank you. As you join the ranks of National Honor Society, remember that it is not just a recognition of past accomplishments, but also a commitment to continue striving for excellence and making a positive impact on your school and community every day. I encourage you to continue pursuing your passions, embracing your challenges, and leading by example. Your contributions to society have potential to be truly remarkable, and we all look forward to witnessing the incredible contributions you will continue to make in the future. Congratulations to our students, congratulations to our families, and I'd also like to say congratulations to our educators and for our community for supporting Marshfield Public Schools and entrusting us with your children every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Principal Setner. Would the first group of inductees please assemble? And as your name is called, please step forward onto the stage to receive your certificate of membership. We ask that you hold your applause until all inductees have been recognized.
Stephen Faria, a member of DECA in hockey. He would like to recognize Mr. Tarosian, his 10th grade history teacher. Bryn McCarthy, a member of Project Reach and volunteers at the Situate Animal Shelter. He would like to recognize Mrs. Pitts, his 11th grade anatomy teacher. Sam Hamner, a member of jazz band, and would like to recognize Mr. Kaminsky, his high school music teacher. Madison Powers, a member of Girl Up and softball. She would like to recognize Mrs. Sombronsky, her 3rd grade teacher. Riley DeWolf, a member of the swim team and dive team, student council, and takes part in Gold Ribbon Awareness. She would like to honor Mr. Patala, her elementary school gym teacher. Delaney Allen, a member of field hockey, softball, and student council. She would like to recognize Mrs. Reggie, her 11th grade scripture teacher. Kaylee Ames, a member of Key Club, and would like to recognize Mr. Dwyer, her 9th grade health teacher. Marissa Ames, a member of field hockey and tennis. She would like to recognize Mrs. Bandera, her computer technology teacher. Eleanor Angeles Whitfield, a member of Key Club, cross country, and track. She would like to recognize Mr. Dwyer, her 9th grade health teacher. Annabelle Apgar, a member of DECA, Model UN, and soccer. She would like to recognize Ms. Steele, her 10th grade history teacher. Daniel Appel, a member of History Club, and would like to recognize Ms. Steele, his 10th grade history teacher.
Olivia Audette, who participates in field hockey, Key Club, and DECA. She would like to recognize Miss Andrews, her 5th grade teacher. Tegan Baggio, who participates in field hockey, track, and Key Club. She'd like to recognize Miss Oberg, her 7th grade social studies teacher. Elizabeth Barrett, she participates in Gold Ribbon Club, Key Club, and basketball. She would like to recognize Mr. Weisgerber, her 11th grade history teacher. Cyrus Belazos, he participates in rugby, Model UN, and would like to recognize Mr. Goodman, his 5th grade teacher. Paige Belazos, she participates in knitting club, scouts, and field hockey. She would like to recognize Ms. DeLuca, the librarian at FBMS. Mia Bellafado, she worked at Healing Path Farm and would like to recognize Mr. Landolfi, her teacher. Molly Beston, she participates in swim and dive, Gold Ribbon Club, and student council. She would like to recognize Ms. Heath, her 10th grade chemistry teacher. Brooke Billikis, she participates in Key Club, student council, and lacrosse. She would like to recognize Mr. Dunn, her 10th grade math teacher. Julie Boney, she participates in soccer, Key Club, and DECA. She would like to recognize Miss Holgate, her 5th grade teacher. And Chance Brown, who rebuilds cars and works part-time. He would like to recognize Mr. Raymond, his grade 10 English teacher.
Alyssa Budd. She's a member of the MHS Theatrical Society, Key Club, and the Boy Scouts of America, and would like to recognize Mrs. Denty, her 6th grade science teacher. Jake Burden. He participates in DECA, indoor track, and spring track, and would like to honor his 6th grade science teacher, Mrs. Denty. William Carey. He is a member of the baseball team and would like to honor Mr. Leclerc, his 9th grade biology teacher. Julia Carpenito. She participates in student council, youth and government, and Key Club, and she would like to honor Miss Salamoni, her 10th grade Spanish teacher. Charlie Carroll. He is a member of the lacrosse team and the football team, and would like to honor Mr. Tarosian, his 10th grade history teacher. Grace Chesbrough. She makes artwork for the elderly at Care One Nursing Home in Randolph and would like to honor Mrs. Stevenson, her 9th grade world history teacher. Joseph Sioka. He participates in the soccer team, track team, and DECA, and he would like to honor Mr. Hardwick, his 10th grade English teacher. Madison Cleary. She is a member of the cheer team, lacrosse team, and Key Club, and she would like to honor Mrs. Vitez, her 10th grade English teacher. Abigail Courtney. She is a member of the theater program and would like to honor Mrs. Crooker, her 6th grade social studies teacher. Emma Kahn. She is a member of the field hockey team, the Gold Ribbon Club, and Key Club, and she would like to honor Mrs. Stevenson, her 9th grade history teacher.
Hannah Kahn. She is on the soccer team, a member of DECA, and is a member of the Gold Ribbon Club. She would like to honor Mrs. Bullman, her 10th and 11th grade Spanish teacher. Haley Coyle. She is a member of Key Club, Green Team, and the Student Council. She would like to honor Mr. Talachi, her 5th grade teacher at Governor Winslow. Owen Cregan. He is on the soccer team, the baseball team, and is a member of DECA. He would like to honor Mr. Raymond, his English teacher. Corinne Daly. She is on the basketball team, soccer team, and a member of DECA. She would like to honor Mr. Tarosian, her 10th grade history teacher. Kayla DiPasquale. She is on the soccer team, track team, and a member of DECA. She would like to honor Miss Sarah, her 3rd grade teacher at South River. Gia Doherty. She is a member of student council, math team, and DECA. She would like to honor Mrs. Hill, her ninth grade English teacher. Ainsley Dunn. She is a member of Key Club and Operation Smile. She would like to honor Miss Bullman, her 10th and 11th grade Spanish teacher. Jake Ekstrom. He is on the football team, basketball team, and baseball team. He would like to honor Mrs. Frenette, his 5th grade teacher at Martinson Elementary. Matt Elwood. He is on the basketball team and a member of DECA. He would like to honor Mr. Tarosian, his 10th grade history teacher.
Piper Iones. She is a member of the soccer team, track team, and Key Club, and she would like to honor her English teacher, Miss Contrino. Jane Farrell. She is a member of Key Club, DECA, and soccer team, and would like to honor her 9th grade math teacher, Mr. Dunn. Jasper Finn. They are a member of the Theatrical Society and Orchestra, and would like to honor their 6th grade social studies teacher, Mr. Casavant. Noella Finucane. She is a member of the lacrosse team, Key Club, and St. Christine's Youth Ministry, and would like to honor her 9th grade English teacher, Mr. Boyce. Andrew Fortin. He is a member of the soccer team, basketball team, and track team, and he would like to honor his elementary school art teacher, Mr. De Rosa. Sophia Francis. She is a member of James P. Harrington Foundation at Ferry Hill and would like to honor her 10th grade English teacher, Mr. Raymond. Elliot Gracia. They are a member of Theatrical Society and would like to honor their 6th grade science teacher, Mr. Schaff. Abigail Grace. She is a member of cheerleading and Key Club and would like to honor her yoga teacher, Mrs. Dara. Brody Grayland. He is a member of the MHS rugby team and chess club and would like to honor his on-site construction teacher, Mr. Thomas Grayland. Elise Hardenberg. She is a member of Marshall Ayers volleyball and super fan club and would like to honor her history teacher, Mr. Deely.
Emily Harper is a member of the softball team, DECA, and the Gold Ribbon Awareness Club, and would like to honor Mr. Murphy, her 8th grade math teacher. Graham Heinrich is a member of Track and Field, Future Medical Professionals Club, and Student Council, and would like to honor Ms. Contrino, his sophomore English teacher. Emily Herzog is a member of the tennis team and Key Club, and would like to honor Ms. McClellan, her 9th grade English teacher. Sarah Hubbard is a member of the cheerleading team, tennis team, and DECA, and would like to honor Ms. Steele, her 10th grade history teacher. Will Jones is a member of the Theatrical Society and 4-H, and would like to honor Mr. Kopp, his 11th grade history teacher. Cameron Jordan is a member of the hockey team, the lacrosse team, and the Gold Ribbon Awareness Club, and would like to honor Ms. Gluckson, her South River Elementary 4th and 5th grade teacher. Gabriella Kelly is a member of the field hockey team and the track team, and would like to honor her 10th grade Spanish teacher, Ms. Salamoni. Elijah Kennedy is a member of the Student Council, Future Medical Professionals Club, and Key Club, and would like to honor Ms. Consoletti, his sophomore year math teacher. Kyle Kennedy is a member of the wrestling team and mock trial, and would like to honor Mr. Pamela, his wrestling coach. Lauren King is a member of DECA and the track and field team, and would like to honor her 5th grade Martinson Elementary teacher, Ms. Holdgate.
Jack Laporte, a class officer, member of DECA and lacrosse. He would like to recognize Mr. Hardwick, his 10th grade English teacher. Brady Loria, a member of soccer, basketball, and track. He would like to recognize Mrs. Burke, his 10th grade science teacher. Luke Leary, a member of football, DECA, and track. He would like to recognize Mrs. McClellan, his 9th grade English teacher. Megan Limbo, a member of Theatrical Society, DECA, and Key Club. She would like to recognize her 9th grade math teacher, Mrs. Paparazzo. Ava Lindsay, a member of jazz band, and would like to recognize Mrs. Kanarowski, her 9th grade math teacher. Samantha Lloyd, a member of Theatrical Society and volunteers at the animal shelter. She would like to recognize Mrs. Palladino, her 9th grade history teacher. Nathan Looney, a member of football, winter track, and outdoor track. He would like to recognize Mrs. Denty, his 6th grade science teacher. Tor Mass, a member of the football team and baseball team. He would like to recognize Mrs. Gullickson, his 4th grade elementary school teacher. James McKay, a member of the soccer team and DECA. He would like to recognize Mrs. Stevenson, his 9th grade history teacher. Rachel Mateys, a member of Theatrical Society and Orchestra. She would like to recognize Mrs. Clifford, her 7th grade history teacher. Lily Masterson, a member of lacrosse, Key Club, and Model UN. She would like to recognize Mr. Raymond, her 10th grade English teacher.
Delaney Mayo, a member of Student Council, Youth and Government, and American Field Service. She would like to recognize Miss Bandera, her grade 9 and 10 tech ed teacher. Logan McAllister, a member of Theatrical Society, Chess Club, and AFS. She would like to recognize Mr. Hardwick, her 10th grade English teacher. Matthew McCabe, he is a member of DECA, Cross Country, and Track. He would like to recognize Mr. Hardwick, his 10th grade English teacher. Therese McCormick, she would like to recognize, she is part of volleyball, tennis, and youth and government, and she would like to recognize Mr. Talachi, her 5th grade teacher at Governor Winslow. Isabella McCready, she is a member of the dance team and would like to recognize Miss Reggie, her 10th and 11th grade sculpture teacher. Evelyn McCrae, she's a member of Key Club, Math Team, and Girl Up, and she would like to recognize Ms. Contrino, her English teacher. Michaela McDonald, she's a member of Key Club, DECA, and Field Hockey, and she would like to recognize Miss Gage, her math teacher. Alice Melvin, she's a member of DECA, Key Club, and Lacrosse, and would like to recognize Mr. Cassavant, her 6th grade social studies teacher. Samantha Middleton, she's a member of Student Council, DECA, and Soccer, and would like to recognize Miss Contrino, her grade 10 English teacher. And Meredith Miller, she's a member of DECA, Key Club, and a cross-country captain. She would like to recognize Miss Herstack, her 2nd grade Ames Way teacher.
Amelia Moriso, she participates in Student Council and All-Star Cheerleading. She would like to honor Mrs. Wakefield, her 9th grade English teacher. Ava Murphy, she is a member of the soccer team, DECA, and the Gold Ribbon Awareness Club. She would like to honor Mr. Dunn, her Algebra 1 teacher. May Murphy, she is a member of the basketball team, field hockey team, and Key Club. She would like to honor Mrs. Frenette, her 5th grade teacher at Martinson Elementary School. Mallory Nappy, she is a member of the gymnastics team, Key Club, and DECA. She would like to honor Mrs. Bowman, her 10th and 11th grade Spanish teacher. Chloe Norino, she is actively involved in the St. Christine's Parish, and she would like to honor Mrs. Collins, her 9th grade world history teacher. Adrian Newman Jr., he is a member of the baseball team and the cross-country team. He would like to honor Mr. Raymond, his 10th grade English teacher. Aiden Perry, he is a member of the swim and dive team, jazz band, and the Boy Scouts of America. He would like to honor Mr. Raymond, his 10th grade English teacher. Courtney Pateras, she is a member of the hockey team, field hockey team, and an officer of DECA. She would like to honor Miss Salamoni, her 10th grade Spanish teacher. Charlotte Perrault, she is a member of Student Council, Key Club, and the cross country and track team. She would like to honor Mrs. Bandera, her computers teacher. Cameron Picard, she is a member of the soccer team and Student Council. She would like to honor Mrs. Jennings, her 11th grade Spanish teacher.
Lauren Pitts, she is a member of DECA and Key Club. She would like to honor Mrs. Habel, her 3rd grade teacher at South River. Gabriella Reardon, she is on the lacrosse team, hockey team, and an officer in the Gold Ribbon Club. She would like to honor Miss Steele, her 10th grade history teacher. Chloe Roof, she is a member of the Student Council, AFS, and Key Club. She would like to honor Miss Vitez, her Student Council advisor. Angelina Rosales, she is on the softball team, dance team, and is a member of the Key Club. She would like to honor Miss Collins, her 9th grade history teacher. Debriana Salazar Moises, she is a member of the Green Team and Girl Up. She would like to honor Miss Bandera, her computer science teacher. Marin Sands, she is on the field hockey team, a member of Project Reach and DECA. She would like to honor Miss Renard, her 9th grade history teacher. Robert Scott, he is on the track and field team, a member of the jazz band and DECA. He would like to recognize Mrs. Heath, his 10th and 11th grade chemistry and physics teacher. Emily Skiba, she is on the softball team, a member of the ski club and her youth group. She would like to honor Mr. McCullough, a building substitute teacher. Sophia Sorrento, she is on the swim team, a member of the art club and chess club. She would like to recognize Mr. Tarosian. Catherine Socorres, she is a member of Key Club and DECA. She would like to honor Mr. Boyce, her 10th grade English teacher.
Colton Spano, he is a member of MHS Rugby and would like to honor his 8th grade history teacher, Mrs. Delaney. Ann Spencer, she is a member of Key Club and Gymnastics and would like to honor her 4th and 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Gullickson. Charlotte Stafford, she is a member of DECA, Gold Ribbon, and Model UN, and she would like to honor her 10th grade history teacher, Miss Steele. Rowan Stankavish, He is a member of MHS football, math team, and band, and would like to honor his 9th and 10th grade engineering teacher, Mr. McIntosh. Kara Steinberger. She is a member of History Club mock trial and math team, and would like to honor her 11th grade history teacher, Mr. Weisgerber. John Stevens. He is a member of MHS basketball, football, and DECA, and would like to honor his 6th grade history teacher, Mr. Casavon. Gianna Sullivan. She is a member of Student Council and Art Club, and would like to honor her biology and environmental science teacher, Mr. LeClaire. Grace Thomas. She is a member of Art Club, Green Team, and Student Council, and would like to honor her 9th grade biology teacher, Miss Pamela. Abigail Thornell. She is a member of Theatrical Society, Band, and Jazz Band, and would like to honor her Theatrical Society Technical Director, Mr. Baldwin. Cooper Thornell. He is a member of Jazz Band, Math Team, and Green Team, and would like to honor his 10th grade math teacher, Mrs. Consolati.
Colleen Tuney is a member of the cheerleading team, student council, and Girl Up, and would like to honor Miss Salamoni, her sophomore year Spanish teacher. Emily Tobin is a member of the Theatrical Society and would like to honor Mr. Hardwick, her sophomore year English teacher. Taylor Toomey is a DECA officer and ambassador and would like to honor Miss Weber, her sophomore year marketing teacher and DECA advisor. Nora Walker is a member of Model UN and the basketball team and is a DECA officer and would like to honor Miss Consolati, her 10th grade math teacher. Connor Walsh is a member of the soccer team, rugby team, and the orchestra and would like to honor Mr. Cassavan, his 6th grade history teacher. Sophia Walsh is a member of the Theatrical Society and would like to honor Miss Palmieri, her 10th grade English teacher. Haley Welsh is a member of the Student Council and would like to honor Miss Kaplowitz, her 6th grade English teacher. Connor Withers is a member of the lacrosse team, swim and dive team, and band and would like to honor Mr. Moshalka, his 4th grade Governor Winslow teacher. Kate Zimber is a member of the softball team, field hockey team, and Project Reach and would like to honor Miss Cudahy, her 6th grade special ed teacher. Sarah Zimmer is a member of mock trial, student council, and the tennis team and would like to honor Miss Rose, her mock trial coach.
If you have taken a Spanish class at Marshfield High School in recent years, the chances are that you have had Miss Salamoni, or at least have heard of her. I almost had her for almost 3 years in a row. Conflicts with my schedule unfortunately stopped me. To some of you, it might sound terrible to have the same teacher for 3 years in a row. And honestly, most of you would be right. But not with Miss Salamoni. She somehow managed to make me want her for a 3rd year in a row. I remember it was my sophomore year, my first class with Miss Salamoni. I'd heard some things about the class. You had to make up Spanish discussions on the spot, memorize presentations without looking at notes. This terrified me. It might not sound too bad, considering I had taken Spanish since the 7th grade, but the only issue was I was as close to being conversationally fluent as I was to going to the moon. But I brushed it off. She wouldn't do that, right? I walked into class and my worst fears came true. I would never be able to do this, I thought. But as the year progressed, she guided us well. At first, she was lenient with our notes during presentations, and she slowly weaned us off them as the year went by. And somehow, by the end of it, I didn't have a heart attack every time we had a presentation. It was an incredible thing to see the transformation of not only my own, but so many of my classmates' ability to hold a conversation in Spanish. To speak confidently in front of others is not an easy task by any means, especially in a foreign language. Although COVID had affected our progress in the classroom as much as it did for any other class, if not more, she worked through it. She caught us up on everything, motivated us to love and respect the Spanish language. Not only did she teach us about the language, but the culture surrounding it as well. From teaching us about los matadores, bullfighters, to La Loteria, a nationally run Spanish lottery that occurs around the time of Christmas. She inspired us all. Even as I pass her class today, she always calls out to me and reminds me that there is always a seat in her class for me. It fills my heart with regret to be unable to take her class this year because of my schedule, and as appealing as taking the 4-hour AP Spanish exam sounds, Miss Salamoni would somehow make that journey enjoyable. If there was room for just one more class in my schedule, believe me, I would have taken the AP exam to have my final class with Miss Salamoni. It is this ability to inspire others, make learning enjoyable, make confident public speakers, and the embodiment of character and scholarship that has truly earned her role as keynote speaker tonight. With that being said, I ask you all to join me in welcoming Ms. Salamoni.
Oh, boy. All right, well, thank you, Alex. That was very nice. He doesn't tell you what I really call him when he goes by. Okay, well, I want to thank the National Honor Society and all of you for inviting me to speak here today. Can you hear me? Because I'm very short. Okay. It is an honor to be before all of you. I also want to thank all the families and friends of the students who we have recognized tonight. Your love and support for them have contributed immensely to this proud moment. In addition, I would like to congratulate all the students who have been inducted tonight for your hard work and dedication. It is a pleasure to be part of this tribute to you. However, I am wondering if I was nominated for this as retribution, since I've always had students create and make presentations in class. A task which, in the beginning, I admit can be a little scary, just like this is here, speaking in front of all of you. Nonetheless, it is a great learning experience and skill, as well as a clear example of my philosophy towards lifelong learning. You have to try new things and be okay with getting it wrong before you can get it right. Never give up. Anyways, so you all have been selected to be the members of the National Honor Society because you have demonstrated the 4 pillars it represents, which we heard about: scholarship, community service, leadership, and character. Your invitation to be a member is not just about the grades you have earned, but a reflection of you as a person. It's about you making the most of your education and the opportunities with which you are presented, and also taking an active role in your school and community to benefit society. Each of the choices you make every day, including the sacrifices you make, contribute to who you are and the effect you have on others. When you decide to do your homework, participate in class, help a classmate, or even say hi to a teacher in the hallway, you are choosing to do these things, demonstrating who you are. One of the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society is character, which is revealed in how you live your life. The base of your character is a combination of integrity, resilience, and empathy. These traits do not come naturally. You must develop them as you go through life. Now, I believe a key element to developing your character is the life-changing power of stepping outside of your comfort zone and learning the lessons that come from making mistakes and embracing discomfort. It is natural to seek comfort, as many of us probably did during the COVID lockdown when we retreated to our rooms to escape into TikTok and Instagram. Luckily, this didn't last any longer than it did, or we may never have put on another real pair of pants. But honestly, growth and progress rarely happen when you are confined and only do what is easy for you. Think about when you have really learned or grown. Most likely, there were times when you pushed yourself beyond the familiar and ventured into the unknown, like the first time you rode your bike without training wheels, or when you finally asked that special someone out on a date. These are both scary situations where you are really taking a risk and putting yourself out there, one physically and the other emotionally. As a child, you're excited to finally ride your bike and be able to keep up with everyone else, but the fear of falling and getting hurt is very real. As a young person with a crush, it can also be a harrowing, anxiety-filled, awkward endeavor with the real possibility of getting crushed. However, they are both experiences worthy of the risk involved. Challenge yourself and be okay with making mistakes, being wrong, falling down, or getting turned down. This is the only way that you will grow and discover what you are capable of. Albert Einstein said, "A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new." All right. So for me, the first time I had a big challenge I can think of is when I went on exchange the first time I was 20 years old, and I went to France. Yes, France. Despite the fact that I still know little to no French, I'm a Spanish teacher, as Alex explained, and I realized it was in over my head, not only because I could say a little more than je ne sais pas, which means I don't know, or je m'appelle Trisha, that's my name, but I also had no clothes. No clothes besides the ones I was wearing because the rest of my clothes had been sent on their own tour of Europe. But anyway, my French host family picked me up and bombarded me with a million questions to which I could only shake my head, shrug my shoulders, and faintly smile. I had no idea how I was going to get through the next few months. But when most of you started here, just a few years ago, you were still wearing masks to school every day. Not only were you new students just starting high school, not knowing how to get to your next class or where the pool was, but COVID was still an ever-present part of your lives. You were able to overcome these challenges and tackle each of them. Your willingness to struggle through them made you stronger. Stepping outside of your comfort zone is not easy, I know, but this is where the lessons and the rewards are greatest. You will develop new skills, strengths, and talents you didn't realize were possible. Taking these steps or stretching your bubble builds your resilience and strengthens your ability to adapt to change and persevere in the face of the challenges that life unavoidably throws your way. Every time you test yourself, you gain more confidence, you realize you can handle some uncertainty, and you become more self-assured and resilient. When you make mistakes, they not only teach you how to do something better, but they help you to relate to others who have faced similar obstacles. When you can recognize your own mistakes, it creates empathy in your interactions with others. So, back to when I was in France, I managed to not only communicate my needs to my host family, because I'm a very picky eater, okay, but I was motivated to learn how to express these likes and dislikes. There was this horrible dish called aspic, and it's a nasty gelatinous gel-like coating that they put over fish, and it's disgusting. But I was able to figure that out and explain that. But even better, I made friends with locals, and I was out with them discovering new places whenever I could. This was long before, obviously, before social media, email, and even the possibility of using Google Translate. Imagine that. Regardless, every moment I was there, I had to try new things and see things from another perspective. As you all adjusted to Marshfield High and its daily rigors, which wasn't easy, you were able to step up and show you can handle it successfully. I am very proud of how you have developed and become role models for your peers. I encourage you to embrace the discomfort that comes with stepping out of your comfort zone, embrace the growth, resilience, and confidence that come with it. And when you make mistakes, and you inevitably will, view them as opportunities to learn and grow. Your success begins when you are able to challenge yourself and turn your mistakes into stepping stones towards your future. Congratulations on your induction into the National Honor Society. Thank you. Enhorabuena.
Thank you, Senora. Now, the members of the National Honor Society, the chapter officers, and our advisor would especially like to thank you all, our families, MHS administrators, faculty and staff, the guidance department, Ms. Kathleen Bandera, Mr. Battis and the custodian staff, and Mr. Lynch and the Quip Center for making this night possible. I would also like to thank our advisor, Mr. Weisgerber, the members of the Induction Ceremony Committee, and all our volunteers for their hard work in organizing this year's ceremony. Can we please appreciate them with a round of applause? As for our new members, I can't wait to see the creativity, the passion, and the spirit that you all will bring here. Let nothing and no one define you besides yourself. No challenge is beyond your reach. You all have a light within you that can truly brighten the world. You all have great gifts, and we thank you for sharing them with us. And always remember that the greatest change is not inherited, it is created. You can create any change that you wish to see in the world. Now, in just a moment, the new inductees will exit, after which you are all invited to join us in the cafeteria for a reception in their honor. But before doing so, please join me one more time in applauding all our new National Honor Society members. Thank you, and we hope to see everyone in student dining.